Marathon's player count continues to drop, but don't worry. Bungie's Last Hope has a new event that kicked off today featuring a cool new gun to add to your arsenal. But Lawrence, isn't there just one catch?
That's right. You can't keep it. That's Marathon, baby. Yes, welcome to Inside Games, the only gaming news show brave enough to report that Bungie has invented a whole new way to make players work really, really hard for a gun they're only allowed to pull the trigger on 6 times. And that's in the best scenario. So, man, you got to respect Bungie. They're not giving up on this. They're not giving up on hating their player base. Brian, speaking of hating your audience, Brian, what's Bungie thinking here? What's going on?
I love that they invented a gun with permadeath. So we're talking about Marathon's new limited time ordnance heist, which sends players on a multi-run, multi-map scavenger hunt for the Firestorm, which is an explosive weapon. It sounds really powerful and is also very, very temporary.
Just what I wanted. To get the Firestorm, you need to head into Perimeter and collect UESC manifests and key templates. The key templates give you an objective to complete on Dire Marsh, with both the day and night versions of the map involved.
Gosh, this is making my shoulders like scrunch up already reading all these steps. I'm not even going to do the first one. Come on, get out of here. Anyway. Yeah, successfully exfilling with a completed template turns it into a Firestorm locker key, and you'll need 3 locker keys before you can move on. Again, for a gun that you fire 6 times. Anyway.
But we're not done yet. Once you have 3 of those keys, take them into Perimeter, Dire Marsh, or Outpost and start hunting for a Firestorm locker. I assume while everyone else is trying to blow you away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what happens if you drop those Firestorm locker keys? Do you lose them?
I assume so. Yeah, of course. This is Marathon, dude.
By the way, we're not done because there's still more steps. If you find and open this locker, you'll get the Firestorm, Marathon's first power weapon. It fires explosive rounds, comes with 3 custom contraband mods, a sniper scope, a chip that makes the rounds explosive, and a custom magazine containing 6 shots.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and once those 6 shots are gone, that's it. That's all you get. You cannot pick up more ammo for this weapon or reload it.
Be sure to save the last bullet for yourself for playing Marathon. As Bungie put it, that limited supply is part of the point. Firestorm is tuned to be our first experimental power weapon, delivering a sharp spike of power when you need it most in both PvE and PvP before eventually going out in a blaze of glory.
When you successfully exfil with the Firestorm, it converts into credits. All right. And the gun's temporary nature has not sat well with the very few players left in Marathon.
One heavily upvoted post on Marathon's subreddit calls the Ordnance Heist, quote, the wackiest, least practical non-event I have ever seen, end quote.
Yeah, Reddit user Bingle Bopper wrote, "This is the most desperate non-tent jujitsu I've ever seen. I couldn't even fathom this sort of chicanery in any other game."
Did his monocle pop out when he saw the patch notes or something? My lord!
Chicanery is literally the definition of what Bungie does. By the way. If you ever played any other Bungie game, this is all they do. And Dr. Waluigi Time added, quote, "I feel like this is a way to go, hey, players, try out this new weapon coming next season with 486 miles of red tape to get to shoot it a few times. Firing range room where you can pick up the weapon and shoot a few times would accomplish the same feat, really."
I mean, yeah, a gun range at all in Marathon would be deeply appreciated. It kind of sucks that the only time you have to use a gun is in an arena with a bunch of feral players that are looking for any reason to kill you. Yeah, anyway. Others had said the backlash is overblown. This is a mid-season update. It's just a thing. Yeah. In another thread, user Private Larry wrote, quote, "People are making way too much out of this. It's just a short-term event to give people something new to do until season 3, end quote, which is, yeah, the launch of their official PvE mode. I'm very much looking forward to that.
And Rival Slays added, "Not every update has to save the game. This is the type of event they need."
Not about need. That might be the wrong word there. The Ordnance Heist runs through September 1st. After that, Bungie says the Firestorm will, quote, persist as a possible drop in supply drops on zones that feature them. Now, that's interesting. They could throw them in the supply drops in addition to doing all the other bullshit that you got. That would be nice. Why not do that?
Yeah, it definitely feels like a slow trickle when you'd expect more of a fire hose if this is supposed to turn everything around. Yeah, meanwhile, the much meatier update, the Season 3 update, that starts on September 22nd and will bring, quote, big changes to the early game experience, including a revamp of Perimeter to add major new areas, encounters, and gameplay. Perimeter being the first map, like kind of the beginner map in the game.
And all of this comes as Marathon's player count on Steam continues to shrink. I just checked its recent 24-hour player peak was just over 4,300 players. Now, to give you some perspective, it peaked last month, just last month, at more than 14,800 players. So it's down more than 10,000 players from last month, and this is on Steam.
Yeah, this is not a great sign for Bungie, which announced mass layoffs earlier this summer and a winding down of Destiny 2. And like, I sort of disagree with that Reddit comment. It was like, well, this update doesn't need to save the game. Every update needs to save this video game. Like literally every single update. They do not have time to spare here. Sony is not going to tolerate them losing money for another year.
Yeah, there's a lot of people pointed out and kind of game playing it in my head. I agree every update does need to save the game, or at least they need to be making some big promises to keep people on board. One thing a lot of folks pointed out, though, is that, like, even in the game, let's say that you'd managed to get this gun. If you've had to tromp all the way across the map with 3 keys and probably do a very loud procession to open this crate and get the gun out, you've probably already been in team fights, which meant you had to win those to get that far, which means by the time you get this gun, there's probably no one left to shoot at. So even if you do all this homework and grab a gun, you probably have to be in an empty lobby just to get that far. So what's the payoff? Apart from, just crawling over a bunch of broken glass to fire a gun 6 times. Part of that, there's a little cheek there that I really appreciate that's been Bungie's thing this whole time. Just trollishly hard Destiny raids and stuff like that. Bungie's insistence on being very coy and vague about how to progress in games or what content's even there. They like that element of surprise, and I think they like that element of surprise to be after some strong expression of game knowledge or game skill. I am all about that. I love that. The problem is that is just not a popular way to organize game content. People don't like it. So I'm curious to see. I think everyone expected a massive shift in production philosophy, but updates like this, it still sounds like the same old Marathon of we're going to tase our players and hope that they keep coming back. The problem is they haven't been. So you'd think that they would back way off of this, but they still seem to want to retain that antagonistic relationship with their players. I guess in a way, Destiny was very friendly. It just gave you tons of level ups and upgrades and fun guns to shoot, and it's always action, and you're only really in danger if you choose to bite off this really hard content. Whereas Marathon starts there. So I don't know if they're going to be able to convert this into something that is broadly appreciable, although they do at least acknowledge it in their patch comments about revamping Perimeter. I'm just not sure. I think everybody's kind of already formed their opinion of this game. Unless Bungie can make it something totally different.
You bring up a really good point, Lawrence, because you're right. Destiny was very, very easy, and then eventually they had you jumping through hoops to do a bunch of bullshit for things that might be hard to get. But at least the beginning of Destiny was easy. Marathon is not that way, and this, to me, this Firestorm gun feels like a kill streak in Call of Duty, or like the nuke. The nuke is like a thing that kills the entire lobby, or like the kill streaks are just basically just piling on after you've already gotten a bunch of other kills. But ideally, the beginning of Call of Duty, when you first hop into a match, is pretty easy. You run around, shoot people. So it's not that bad. And then maybe you'll get a kill streak. Maybe you won't. Who knows? Again, Marathon, not like that at all. So it feels like they just don't even understand the design of their own game. Like Firestorm, this is just like one of those things where I think they think that streamers are going to do it. They think the streamers are going to get out there and be like, we'll get the Firestorm. And they probably will. But I don't think it's going to bring new players. I think it's just going to be like, let's go watch a streamer do it. Because there's no fucking way I'm going to do it.
I really liked Destiny and Destiny 2, and it was easy. That's why I liked it. I'm not good at FPSs. I play JRPGs and Hearthstone. I'm not, my hand-eye coordination is not good, but I enjoyed it. And I've said this before, but I remember playing Marathon for the first time, got all my stuff, went outside, immediately got killed. Got started, went through the loads, got all my stuff, immediately got killed. And that happened 4 or 5 times. I was like, yeah, I don't think this is for me. But I do think you need to ramp people up a little bit. Start, give us a little bit something so it can get its hooks into it. It looks awesome. I thought the art design, I think Bungie makes really cool looking games. It felt so unwelcoming, I guess. And I like hard games. I mean, I do, I love Elden Rings. I like Souls games. But yeah, so it just feels, and give people something if they got the Firestorm. Give them a little flame patch for their character that they can wear around and say, I got the fucking Firestorm. Even if they don't have the gun, they can have that, or a little, I don't know, something, a skin, something.
Yeah, there's probably a lore unlock or something like that. Oh gosh, the lore is so good. But even still, it's my only motivation in that game now is to unlock new voice logs and stuff. But even that is just like, it's exhausting, man. I guess the game's called Marathon, but yeah, when you run around for 20 minutes just to get domed by somebody you never saw, when you did everything else, that's what stings more than anything, is you finally had the good luck of other players killing each other, and yet, right at the finish line, what you gonna do? I've said this before, but I definitely respect Bungie trying for something bold, especially bold in regards to mechanics. I think it's easy to be, well, air quotes, easy to be bold through creative direction, but often it's like, ooh, it's this crazy new thing, but it's slapped up on the same old game that we played a million times, something that is audience friendly. So I appreciate that they tried something fresh, they tried something daring. I would rather celebrate that than point and laugh at how things have turned out. That is a bit of a tragedy, but I'm still pulling for him, pulling for you, Bungie. Like Brian said, there's so much good in Marathon, and its aesthetic, and its art, and its music, and its style. I think it's one of the coolest versions of like a retro future look in a long time. So I wish that that could continue on, as much as I wish that everyone at Bungie can keep their jobs. So let's hope that things turn around.
Yeah, we're pulling for Bungie. The problem is there's a new game coming out that I think is going to eat its lunch, and it's called War Dogs. And War Dogs has a lot more positive buzz around it, and a lot of people are saying that it's like a game that they don't have to fire a shot, and they feel like they're playing and doing well. So that may really, really put Marathon on the ground. Not really an extraction shooter, but it's sort of a blend of genres. So keep an eye out on War Dogs. It's coming out in a few weeks. Thank you very much for watching Inside Games Daily. Really, honestly, we are pulling for Bungie. I don't ever want Bungie to go away. I want them to keep making video games. Marathon's just a little rough right now. And thank you very much to all the people that are supporting our Patreon. They throw us a couple bucks every month to keep us making content. We post all of our content there for free on Patreon. And Lawrence will occasionally post a meme or two. Fun little memes. I do love memes. And there's a couple of people that actually do support us on the Patreon. Trip McNeely and UESC Battleroid. Go enjoy those memes, huh?
They have a two-parter meme I'm going to post today, so
Ooh.
Look for both of them. Yeah, connects.